can't be the wettest year you've seen, is it?
No. Our biggest trouble is there's a lot of rain at one time. That's what puts this creek out everywhere.
So right now, what happens to you if there's a big flood and you lose a crop?
We've had that. We lost 6 acres of produce last year to a flood.
Which was close to $90,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
And basically, if we have another one,
we're out of business.
We're out of business. That's it. Brother and sister.
We were born and raised here within about a mile of where we're sitting.
What are you guys doing?
They got pink eye. The farm on the left here has been in the family for over 100 years. And we grew up working with our parents, our grandparents. My granddaddy, there's a lot of memories going back working with them. His brother, I.E., and my Aunt Phyllis. Our granddaddy, they called it peddling. He grew a great big garden. He took it into the coal camps in Wise County and sold it. And you go from house to house. And of course, we didn't like it at the time, but we used to have to go with him.
Ricky and Sherilyn were third-generation tobacco farmers, but when Congress cut tobacco subsidies in 2005, the brother and sister had to grow something else. So did a lot of farmers in southern Appalachia, a place that used to be tobacco country. From 2002 to 2007, the number of American tobacco farms fell by almost 70%, according to the USDA.
Well, we grow tobacco and it kept groceries bought. It paid for land.
It was 13 months of hard work.
That's all it was.
2006 was the last tobacco we ever had. But then we were already raising tomatoes.
A friend of mine was a tobacco specialist, and he said, you really don't have to be a really good farmer to grow a pretty decent crop of tobacco. It's kind of forgiving. It takes the heat in the summertime. With vegetables, I think, and fruits, it takes a lot more management, a lot more attention.
It takes work to grow vegetables. It's more or less just a living thing like you are. It's got its ups and downs and has its good times and bad times.
The U.S. government spends billions of dollars a year to subsidize 5 crops: corn, wheat, soybeans, cotton, and rice. Yet most farmers get no financial help with the growing of fruits and vegetables, even though the government says they should make up half of what we eat every day. That means 2 things. It makes it harder for Americans to get healthy food, and it makes it harder for farmers like Ricky and Sherilyn to be successful.
With tobacco, you had tobacco companies, you grew the tobacco, you sold the tobacco. With vegetables, it's been harder because, you don't necessarily have that ready-made market.
What is the biggest impediment to small farmers staying in business?
Marketing. The small grower can't. He's got to have somewhere to market his crop. If he's got 1 or 2 boxes this week and 2 or 3 boxes next week, he's got to find a place for him to go.
Most of these chain stores is looking for a semi-load of stuff to come into his warehouse.
And a small grower by himself cannot do that.
Supermarkets completely dominate the produce market in the United States. There are almost 80% of fruits and vegetables are sold. But the size of their operations makes it hard, if not impossible, for small, local farmers to supply them. So, the people growing some of the most nutritious food around struggle to get you that food, which is the problem Ricky and Sherilyn were having until they met Robin Robbins.
My name is Robin Robbins. I'm the Food Safety and Marketing Manager for Appalachian Harvest. And what we do is we work with transitioning farmers that have lost their price supports, and we train them on how to produce crops certified organic. So what the beauty of Appalachian Harvest is, we have established markets.
Appalachian Harvest is an organization that has succeeded by combining the produce of small farmers, taking a box of tomatoes here, 20 boxes of tomatoes there, until they get enough produce in one place to sell to supermarkets. Because supermarkets don't deal in terms of boxes, they deal in terms of truckloads.
and Appalachian Harvest puts a truckload together.
I need Mr. Jones's 5 boxes. I need Ricky Horton's 50 boxes. I need David Mann's 50 boxes to put a truck together to make it work. You know, that one box, that made a difference.
With Appalachian Harvest, our gross income has tripled. Now, of course, when you triple, you got more expense and more cost, but it's tripled.
Would you have been able to do that without Appalachian Harvest?
No, there's no way. Robin can pretty much market whatever we grow.
The retail landscape right now, there are tremendous amounts of businesses, small and large, not only asking for local, but demanding it.
Sit down. Go on. This is a grower statement from ASD, or Appalachian Harvest.
If I look at the total, it says $14,000. $14,000 in a week seems like a lot of money.
Well, first of all, Appalachian Harvest received $5,218.06 out of that for their commission, which left us $9,690.67. Our labor bills run somewhere between $4,500 and $5,000 a week. So that don't leave a whole lot for us after all the expenses come out.
What are your expenses per year? You know?
Without the labor, somewhere around $100,000, and the labor runs about that too. So we're talking $200,000 before we get anything back.
The general public that buys the produce and see, you know, they don't realize what it costs us to grow it.
There's a lot of people who don't know where their food comes from. They think it comes from Walmart in the grocery section.
Talk to us a little bit about labor issues. It looks like actually all the people who work for you are probably migrant laborers.
Labor's our biggest expense, and it's hard to find reliable local labor. So that's the reason we use the H-2A workers. They're here, they're willing to work, and they want to work.
It's hard to us to put it in words that without criticizing too deep. But your local labor that's going to do this kind of work is not workable. They wouldn't handle a job out here in the dirt and the mud and the rain.
What do you think when you see all the rain?
Blue. Every day you get caught in rain, that puts you a day further behind. And it makes it hard on your product too. Makes it look bad, makes diseases on it.
The problems that we run into sometimes are
Just a few things.
trying to put together product from 20 different growers.
That feels like somebody just grabbed a hold of it too hard and then looked at the top.
If one grower packs his product and another grower packs her product and another grower packs their product,
Water. Okay. Do better.
Well, no.
and all three don't pack exactly the same, and they go on the same truck for the same order, then they get the whole load rejected.
I mean, I know you're doing what you can, but, you know, I've got to do a last look before
Right,
I
I
send
mean,
it.
it pays to, because we don't want to get them on fire.
No, because this is just a... While our model isn't perfect, it's getting there, but it's not perfect. It at least is something where a lot of areas have nothing. All righty, honey? And I think it's just very important to look at our broken food system, and it actually comes from a broken agriculture system. Because for many years, the big guys are the only ones that counted, and the little guys kind of had to waller and wade through the stuff by themselves.
And I'm afraid that by the time we realize what we've done, we will be relying on other nations for our food. Oh yeah, we'll still have some corn and we'll still have soybeans and we'll still have wheat. But I'm talking about fresh fruits and vegetables, the things that we eat every day. And if we start importing it, why don't we worry about growing a safe supply here and provide our farmers with the opportunity to grow that food?
You farm because you like it. You have to. That's the only reason you can farm. You're not going to get rich, or we're not.
Why are you a farmer?
Because I like it.
What do you like about it?
I like the challenges more too, and plus I just like the freedom of it.
I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I'm glad my kids are being raised here. And they may go off, but maybe one day they'll come back to it too. Well, the land will be here if they ever want to come back to it.